Well, if you're at home taking notes, maybe learning to be a better player, don't get outslayed by 50. You're not going to win many maps like that. But we're getting ready to hop in now to map 4. Gun Runner will be the map. Why do you think this is one of the kind of fan favorites, player favorites?
I just think that it plays beautifully in so many of the different game modes, right? It looks great. I mean, sort of has like a 3-lane element to it. There's obviously a lot of little ways you can get through the map, but I think it's just such a fun-sized map.
I feel like every year has that one map that kind of fits for all game modes. It's like the strong map that everybody enjoys when you look back over the years, and this one seems to be Gun Runner. Both teams, plenty of preparation within this mode in map. We've seen so much from either side going into it. But now, Empire, they got to get some life. And I mean, eyes have to be on Shotzzy. Shotzzy got smoked. At one point, he was 6-30. And I don't know if there's something going on with him on the stage. I mean, maybe for all I know, he's having some issues with his personal controller.
Well, when you're getting 3-capped as long as you are, it is tough.
Well, you're running into people playing for power positions at all times, right?
Yeah, exactly that. But I mean, if you are Dallas, you have the preferred side to start on this hard point. Really, the 2 hills that we're going to focus on the most are going to be the second hill and the last one, Depot and Warehouse. Those are really the 2 money hills on this map. That's where you can rack up so much time.
A nice break from Huntsmen.
And when I said they had the preferred side, it flipped right away.
Yeah, that didn't take long. That didn't take long. You want to lock down that right side of the map, get set up for Depot. You can stack it inside and pick up the time, but the battle at mid-map will still continue. Fast and furious there as Clayster tries to find some semblance of an opening. Not a lot of time really earned by either team. You got 23 seconds off the play clock already, because only 7 points have been accrued through the opening half of this first hard point.
Yeah, one difference that we can see right now, you have 5 SMGs on the side of Dallas Empire. We were just on board with Clayster. He was running a red dot MP5, something we don't see too often. You still have Formal with the assault rifle, that M4 for Chicago. But as we are about to rotate to hill number 2, you have Hook all the way on the opposite side of the map. If we can go to his point of view, the way he's playing this right now, he's just trying to wait for his teammates to get there, and well, he's able to find that kill. Does immediately get traded, but this allows his team to get pushed up when Chicago has hill control.
And this is one of those hard points where you don't necessarily need to push out. You need to play for mid-map control once you get set up. Like, you can really just stack around the hard point. There's so many corners, so many spots, high or low, that you can be pinned up in. And that's exactly what Huntsmen are doing. All playing around the hard point, trying to come off spawn and get right back into the mix. Due to the pressure, though, from Dallas Empire, you saw one player spawn all the way out. I think that's Envoy. It's going to spawn out deep on the map for Huntsmen and have to try and rally back. As Empire, with 30 seconds remaining, have gotten into the point.
Yeah, Chicago right now, maybe just trying to contest as much as they can. You already see Gunless. He's starting to rotate towards hill number 3, control that side of the map. So this is a wonderful job by Arcides as he's able to find 2. Krim starting to just work his way through this vent inside of pipes, is able to find 1.
And Arcides picking up right where he left off. He's out to like 10-5 to kick it off. Double positive start from Arcides.
Yeah, people forget he's a world champion. Just 6 months ago.
The guy's incredibly talented. I think a lot of players kind of got lost in the headlines and the news for some of these teams because there were so many storylines, so much about the revenge and the fights between the squads that it's insane to think that somebody like Arcides might have been overshadowed, but he is just a freaking beast.
Yeah, but even behind that performance, Dallas does a wonderful job here at Minecart. They have a 25-point lead. But Chicago, they're going to go 4 down. Arcides is going to find another one. Envoy, he starts to get pushed up, and there we go, 30 seconds left, a nice push from Chicago Huntsmen.
All the pressure on Dallas, though. Dallas have got to bring it back. They've got to tie up the series if we're going to get to a map 5. And I want to go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Dallas.
Another one, behind the boxes. Boxes trim. Play for this all time. Get this on. Oh my god, I'm going force. Yo, green.
I don't see him hitting it.
Green, top green.
They're needing stun.
Green, one attack. Another one got me you. Right side rock. Two middle, one. Right, yeah, rock. One or you. Alright, we're good. Make sure they don't push the forest. They're trying to push the forest.
But listen to Chicago.
Alright.
All right, we're going to come right back out of the listen-in. It's still a 20-point advantage now for Dallas. Desperately trying to push into the map 5. They're set up, controlling the cargo boxes right now. Big wins from Shotzzy and Illy inside and around the hard point. The youngster's starting to get it going. And Shotzzy, I want to take a look where he's at. So he's at 10-9 right now, 10-10, sitting around even, much better. He could find no flow within that last map. Can he take over here? He's going to need to. But the lead continues to grow, now up close to 50 points.
Yeah, this is a bit of a unique hill, though, that we have here towards the crate side. You obviously want as much time as possible, but it almost plays like a first hill where teams are just so focused on the next hill spawns. As we rotate towards this warehouse, you're going to see all of Chicago already set up. And as I said, this is one of those money hills. And what do we mean by that? You can rack up a lot of time. There's just, as similar to hill number 2, there's so many different positions when you're trying to go on a big play and see what he's able to find. But it's Arcitys once again with a huge one-on-one to give them control.
It's a big trade, right? He drops there, things might get out of hand, but he's able to do just enough. Illy, it looks insane from his POV as there's just smokes everywhere, bullets everywhere, trying to find any kind of opening. 30 seconds remaining on the hard point. Chance for a lead change for Huntsmen if they can hold on. You see the kill feed. 5 are going to go down for Dallas. Empire time soaked up in dividends for the Huntsmen. Right back into it. What looked like a chance maybe for Dallas to run away with it, open up a massive lead, kind of like we saw Chicago do in the Dom. They weren't quite able to do there.
But a nice first rotation as we go back to that center platform. And yeah, this is very similar to map number 1. Really, there's no side that's outslaying the other. You have RCs going big for Chicago. Dallas much more balanced. Crim leading the way at 19 and 15. As we go back to this first hill again, you're going to want to try to control that right side of the mini-map. Dallas right now just trying to get all the scrap time they can.
Gunless's POV, just playing in around vent room, looking for a timing, looking for an opening to get in. I thought he'd have an angle on one for a second, but as soon as he turns, timing could not be worse. He gets caught as he tries to cut back. Well, it's a lot different than we saw the first time through this hard point. Remember, it was like 30 seconds in, no points earned. This has been dominated now by Dallas. Huntsmen finally, though, get through. 5 down once again. We've seen these clean wipes in the respawn so many times that Dallas just gets smoked off the map, and that's one of those things you can't afford. It just gives up so much map control to the opposition.
And when you all 5 go down with 15 seconds left in the hill, it makes it so hard to rotate towards that next hill. And you can already see all the green arrows on the right side of your map. That new hard point pops as we head towards Depot. This is exactly what they want. You want Formal pushed out with that assault rifle. He is cleaned up, but you can get in all these positions. You can lock this hill down.
How much time could they turn it into? Last time, this is where Dallas had the big break. Remember, it was the early rotation from Huntsmen, and Dallas got in with, I think it was like 30, 35 seconds left. They were able to get a bunch of time. This time, not finding the same success. The second wave of push coming in, collapsing through the front and the side door. Scump, unfortunately, as he's trying to take a peek, he's going to catch a Syntax to the toe. Fighting around forklift, hot and heavy action inside. 4 kills now for Dallas. There's the break once again, but this time, not with around 30 seconds. They'll get the final, what, 15 to 20?
But it's very similar, right? Chicago, as we go towards this minecart hill, they had the early setup, but Dallas did a wonderful job controlling vent room. That's where you have Hook right now. That's where you have a couple of his teammates. We're going to go to this next hill. That's 4 down is exactly when you want it if you are Dallas. Arcitys Formal trying to lock things up. Well, it looks like they're able to do so as Arcitys almost wins the final gunfight. But that time it was Crim who's able to take him down.
And Arcitys is just crushing again. 29 and 16 from Arcitys. There's nothing too major to spot really on the other side. Everyone kind of sitting within a couple kills of even positive or negative, but Arcitys is just dominating. Plus 13, taking over the map, doing it with the MP5 yet again. And once again, a clean sweep there from Huntsmen. Gives them a little bit of breathing room. And Dallas Empire going to spawn out.
Yeah, you can see they're starting to get a little bit pushed up, but a nice couple of kills. Clay's able to find one of them, but you still have to deal with Formal. Formal able to find 2. Does get taken down, but these final 15 or so seconds going to go the way of Chicago. Now you have a 40-point lead for Chicago as we go to our next crate tip.
Maintain that lead. Just take a look at the minimap. It's going to be Illy and Shotzi, the youngsters, set up towards those cargo containers, so their teammates are kind of spawning out towards back depot. They have a long way to transition over, so the numbers are going to be here for Huntsmen for just a moment. But right as they push through for the break, the reinforcements come on in from Dallas Empire, and for now, able to hold on is really all you're seeing in the kill feed for the most part. Just MP5, as it's just so fast playing around this particular hard point. It's all the stuff machine gun battles come down to.
And you saw what RC is, he's able to find that player just trying to push through. Dallas is trying to get as much time as they can, but they would love to flip the spawns if possible, but 3 go down. This is great time for Chicago. They have next hill control as well. You do have Shotzi trying to work middle of the map, but Formal's locking it down.
It feels like this is that big moment. This is that moment where Empire are going to have to make a play, or Huntsmen are going to run away with it and close out the game. We're going to head over to Warehouse. All the green arrows set up on the minimap on the left side, all around Warehouse. We'll take a look at the static cam inside. You can see Arcides with the cheeky position up top. It's Ingboy, though, that shuts down 3 with the triple, but up over the top with the haymaker. It's Arcides in the MP5 that locate the hills or kills. There's a contest, and just for a moment, that Shotzi that's able to get inside, but it's Arcides once again just finessing around these boxes and forklift. Keeps them up with the trophy.
They have to get in. I mean, there's 30 seconds for Chicago to take this series. A contest comes in for a second or two, but they have to get in. And well, behind those kills, Chicago's going to get some breathing room. Here comes the final push for Dallas. We'll see if they're able to get inside and at least extend this to another center hill.
Arcides now 38 and 22, 2 minutes in the hard point, but it's Scump, Formal, Ingboy.
I think it's done.
Lighten it up. 8 more seconds needed. Can Empire get in? Can they get a touch, or will it end here? Nobody's going to get close enough. It's Chicago. Come in and dominate the respawns, and they are letting them know across the stage. Woo, those are some heated words right there, baby. Anyone that thinks maybe there wasn't a little bit something extra in that match, take a look. Scump is so passionate and fired up right now. He about takes a nosedive on stage. But it's victory. Huntsmen, what a performance. And I know there was a well-rounded effort all over the place, but Arcides was just incredible, Joe. What a performance from him.
I mean, across the board, though, like Arcides had a couple of big plays throughout that game 4, but gunless in game 3, the entire team in map number 1, respawn dominance from Chicago.
Well, I do want to get it down to the stage for the instant reaction presented by the PS4. Christopher Puckett, take it away, pal.
Thank you so much, Maven. Minneapolis, make some noise for the Chicago Huntsmen. What a performance. We've got the world champion with us right now, wearing a nice, fresh shade of green. Arcides, tell me about this new lineup, because this is arguably the biggest match of the entire weekend, and you just walked away with the 3-1.
Yeah, that was going to be a lot harder, but these guys are all disgusting, so this shit was easy.
Oh! What was the easiest part?
Domination. We, online, we're okay at Dom, but those guys were obviously better, but it's land now, so.
It's land now. All right, Arcides, I want to talk to you a little bit because you are now broken up from your twin brother. He'll be on the stage later for the Florida Mutineers, but you're now playing with this lineup. What went into that decision, and how do you feel about it now playing along amongst these 4?